Well, it is a good time to be a Tennessee Volunteer, ain't that right? We've been starving for some college football action ever since the season came to a close. And finally, it's in the spring, so spring practice has already gone on. And this Saturday, the orange and white game will be happening. The Tennessee Vols will go out there, and we will be able to see the greatest offense in college football backed up by the greatest offensive mind in college football in Josh Heupel. Now, if that doesn't get any Tennessee fans excited, I don't know what does. Let's talk about it, shall we? Cue that intro. Oi, fellow comrades, this is Squidtard here on Squidtard Sports to talk about college football once again, and I get to talk about the Tennessee Volunteers. We have a very special thing happening on Saturday. Of course, everybody knows it's the orange and white game where Tennessee will be seeing a lot of the new players that we wanted to see. Of course, we get to see all the transfers come in. We get to see the recruits. We get to see what they can do. And we get to see how Joe Milton at the helm performs as the starting quarterback. Now, we've already seen a taste of what he can do from last season, but now we get to see what exactly is to come with the, of course, the new team that we've got. And I'm really excited to see a lot of these players come in. I'm excited to see Tennessee football again, even if this really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, because it really doesn't. If you think the spring games mean anything about what's going to happen in the actual season, then well, unfortunately for you, that's just not the case. It is not the case at all. Now, something that I think would be a phenomenal idea, and I haven't heard this until this season, was the idea of spring exhibition games, where you have, you have your Power 5 team go up against a Group of 5 or FCS team. And I think it'll inspire the players to play a lot harder for those of them that are just out there to be out there. Because that's what this kind of is. It's just basically nothing more than a glorified scrimmage, as some people would say. So, what am I expecting to see? Well, of course, a lot of things. I'm excited that Joe Milton is going to be at the helm. Really excited to see what he can do. I love the guy. I think he's done a great job adjusting to, the style that Tennessee has been playing. And I'm excited to see Josh Heupel and how he manages this offense in his third year at Tennessee. Of course, we're losing Hendon Hooker, Jalen Hyatt, and some of the other key playmakers. But we've still... Brew McCoy heading into his senior year, Ramel Keaton, Squirrel White had a pretty good freshman season, had a couple of big plays from last season, and now he's coming into his sophomore year. A lot of people need to take a look at him. Dante Thornton, a transfer from Oregon, really like him. I think he's going to make an impact immediately this season at Tennessee, and I'm just excited to see what a lot of these players are going to do. I'm really interested to see how the running back situation ends up, because of course Tennessee's running back room really is not bad. A lot of people look at Tennessee's offense, and you got this whole narrative. I talked about this in another video that I did a few months back. People love to say that Tennessee just got a gimmick offense and it ain't no good, and any defense with the pulse will be able to stop it, which the narrative I got from that is, if you're not the best defense in all of college football with 5 stars scattered across the entire defense, then you have a terrible defense and it ain't no good. Tell me another offense in college football that put up more than 50 points on Nick Saban. I would love to hear that. Anyway, the running back room. Another thing is that Tennessee is they just throw the ball all the time. They don't run the ball. Well, Tennessee was top 5 in rushing yards last season. Every rushing stat that you can find, Tennessee was at least in the top percentage of that. So the top half was what I meant to say. And, well, Jabari Small, really like him, the old small ball. I'm excited to see what he can do in his senior year. Jalen Wright coming back for another year. And then there's a lot of hype on Dylan Sampson. Really excited to see what he is going to do. Had a couple of big plays from last season. He's a lot like Squirrel White, to where he's an upcoming sophomore heading into a season where a lot of people have some serious expectations set on some of these players. And of course, a lot of questions are set on the Tennessee defense. And of course, they've got a couple of big name players coming back. Tyler Barron, Roman Harrison, Aaron Beasley. All three of those guys are, they're coming back for their senior year. What I like is that Tennessee filled some holes filled all the holes they needed to through the transfer portal. The offensive line, John Campbell Jr. took him from Miami, I think. So we'll see what he can do. The same goes. Tennessee's got some transfers on the offensive line. I want to see what they can do. I want to make sure that Tennessee's got a really good offensive line for Joe Milton, because you can't really throw the ball when you're getting sacked immediately. So we'll see how that plays out. Jalen McCullough returning for another year. Wesley Walker, Warren Burrell coming back for another year. Some of these, the defensive backfield, based on what happened last season, other than the Mickey Mouse game in Columbia, has been, they haven't been playing too bad. They haven't been playing terrible. It's not like they're no good. Tennessee's defense is pretty well-rounded. They just have a couple of incidents where, that it doesn't work out too well. But I think things will change for the better this season. I think Tennessee's defense will be much more well-rounded than it was in the previous season. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, that's really all I'm going to talk about with the roster and, the players and everything like that. Because, of course, we're going to see all these players, and I'm not going to go into too much depth about it. I can do that in my predictions. Really excited to see the spring game, of course. Really excited to get back there, And, the good thing about the spring game is that it's pretty much a conglomerate for Tennessee content creators like myself. BVD will be there, as well as the Talking Vols crew. They're going to try and get something set up over at the G10 parking lot, if you know where that is. So if you're around that area and you're attending the Tennessee spring game, come on down and meet your buddy Squidtard, as well as many other content creators. I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. It's going to be really exciting to be there along with the crew of Tennessee people, especially as a student at the University of Tennessee. So, I got a question for people watching this, and this is unrelated to the spring game, but this is something I wanted to ask. So, of course, there are less than, I think 200 season tickets available at this point. To Tennessee's credit, to Danny White's credit, he has sold those season tickets really well. My question is, though, do you guys think it would be better for me to purchase the season tickets to go to Tennessee games, or would it be just wiser to, get student tickets and then that be that? I don't know. I never really thought about asking anybody this question because, who would have thought about it in the spring semester? That's something you talk about in the fall. But anyway, if you guys have any answers to that, I would love to hear your comments down in the comment section below. So yeah, that's really all I have today. I just kind of wanted to, talk about the players I'm excited to see, talk about some of the things I'm looking forward to this Saturday. Want to finally get to see some Tennessee football for the first time in a while. It's going to be great, going to be fun. Looking forward to seeing some of you guys if you're down there, and I'm looking forward to a phenomenal time down there at Neyland Stadium. So until Saturday, I shall see you guys in the next video, and as always, power to Tardaria, and of course, go Vols. Beepity.